Hi, Alex.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm, still some struggles, but I'm doing a lot better. I've been able to use those coping skills you've given me, so it's definitely helped out a lot.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about this particular session coming, this being our last session together, and how you felt about this particular session, and we've been talking about it now for a couple different sessions. How are you feeling about? Are you still okay with this, or?
Yes, I'm okay with it. It's definitely sad because I know you've helped me out a lot, and but I do feel that I'm as ready as I will be. I guess there's still some trepidation there, but I think you're doing what's right for me, and I'm doing what's right for me. So
Good.
yeah.
Good. Yes. I'd agree with everything you've said, and I can totally see how there would be some trepidation. It can be hard to let go of something that you've grown accustomed to, and I'm glad to hear that it's been helpful. In counseling, it's good to have closing or terminating the counseling relationship is a good thing. It's a positive thing. It means that I've done my part to give you the tools that you need, and at this point, it's up to you. The ball's in your court, and you just have to go on and do what you have to do, and you're well equipped now, and it's not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. So
yeah, I'm still afraid that things might come up later, but and I feel pretty good about it now, but I know that down the road, I may get more anxious about it and be like, oh no, we terminated, like we're done and I'm on my own, and I don't know what that's kind of like, I've been dealing with this with you, and now I have to deal with it on my own, and that seems a little, scary. That's where some of the trepidation comes in.
So I'm hearing some concern that you feel that you're okay now, but that something might come up later, and you won't know what to do when that time comes.
Yeah, definitely. So.
Well, counseling really, like a lot of things in life, you can revisit things. You can revisit things that have been beneficial to you. Just because we're terminating now and we've come to the end of our counseling relationship doesn't mean that you shouldn't or can't ever come back either to myself or to another therapist. You might move to a new location, and it's okay to go back to counseling. I feel comfortable enough to share this with you because I think it'll be beneficial to ease some of these concerns for you. But in the time that I've been a counselor myself, and even before, I've gone to my own counseling. I've gone for counseling for myself quite a number of times.
Oh, wow.
And
I would have never thought that you would need help, or that counselors would go get help.
actually, it's a good practice. It's a good practice if you go on to a new counselor. It's a good question to ask is, have you ever gone to counseling? Hopefully the good counselor will say, yes, I have gone and I still go. Counseling isn't necessarily for the sick. It's for anyone who struggles with problems that come up in life. So I feel comfortable saying that to you, opening that to you, that I continue to visit a counselor whenever something comes up that I feel that a counseling process would benefit me. So I'd encourage you to not be afraid to either return or to go to someone else for the counseling, because like I said, it's not a bad thing. You can always go with something new, something unexpected, or if, things that we've discussed, if they come back up and you need to revisit, that's perfectly fine. It's just that up to this point, I feel that you're ready, and I have the sense that you also feel that you're ready. at least for where you are now,
Yeah.
to go on.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's accurate?
Yeah. I'd definitely say that that's accurate. Yeah.
Great. So the last couple sessions we've worked through you being able to communicate with your parents about the new direction that you're wanting to take life.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to get a read for how that's been going and how you're doing.
Well, I've kind of taken it slow. The first time I sat them both down and then I expressed what I've been going through and how I feel that medicine isn't for me. And I know they've supported me in that direction for a long time and I'm very grateful for it, but it won't make me happy. You know what I mean? It's not me as a person, and so I can't continue to go that direction. So I laid out my plan on a timeline, and I showed them that I do have a plan for getting into film and music and that kind of thing. And I showed, I would take a year and I would work, and then I would go back to school. I already have my prerequisites done, so it would take 2.5 years to get the film degree. And then I would start making contacts, in the program, and hopefully when I graduate be able to go into editing or some smaller projects and slowly kind of build up from there. My mom, well, at first they were both like unhappy, but over time I've continued to talk to them about it, and my mom has been more sympathetic lately, but my dad is still very firm on, I can't believe why you're doing this, blah, 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 blah. But especially since coming here, like, I've realized I'm my own person and I have to do what's going to be fulfilling for me. And so basically they told me, we supported you going in this direction, so we took care of your, school bills, and you have no loans, but we will not support you for your film degree, so I'm on my own for that. So, but I'm planning on taking out the loans and doing the film program. There's a local college, has decent reputation, and I can get it as, cheaper there than obviously going out to LA or New York. And yeah, I feel like a burden has been lifted, and I'm definitely happy about this decision. I'm sad that both my parents aren't on board. I'm sad that my dad still has concerns about it, but I feel that this is what I need to do, and I'm my own person, and so they respect it, but my dad disagrees with it. So, he won't support it. So, I feel like I've done all I can, so I'm hoping maybe I can prove to him that I will be successful. Yeah.
There's quite a bit there. A lot of it good. And that's really, really great to hear. You said you've become your own person. You've been able to communicate to your parents through the plan that, we worked on together, and, that you also put time in on your own. You were able to present that to them, and it sounds like your mom was a bit more receptive to it. Your dad is still struggling with the idea of it.
Yes.
What's important is not that your father hasn't been extremely receptive to it, but what's important is that, like you said, you're your own person, and that you feel that you're strong enough and independent enough to continue in the direction that you want to go in. People take time to wrap their head around new things, and maybe this isn't something that you've really ever communicated to them before, so it's new to them just as much as it is new to you, what you're about to do. So my encouragement to you would be not to give up on your dad. Don't think that he might never come around. People take time.
Yeah.
They need time to adjust. But I'm very, very glad to hear that, that you're moving forward, and that you have your plan, and that you've got an idea of what you're wanting to do.
Yeah, definitely. And already it's made me a lot happier knowing that I don't have to continue down this medicine path. I mean, it was stressing me out, so that's an anxiety reliever in and of itself. I know that there's a lot of anxiety I still have to work through, but I know that was one contributor, the major contributor that has been dropped, and so it's definitely helped.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. You said you feel as though a burden has been lifted just from making that switch.
Yeah.
And that refocus to something else in your life.
Yeah.
That'll bring you more fulfillment than medicine would have.
Yes. Yeah.
That's great. That's wonderful. So, like I said, if things come up that you feel you weren't prepared for, don't hesitate to come back or to go to someone new. Always encourage that. And you have the tools that you need. You have the tools to cope and deal with your anxiety in positive, constructive ways. We've talked about you not being afraid to address the anxiety and how it's better for you to take time away from your daily tasks and to address that leak than it is to ignore the leak and allow your house to flood. We've talked about that.
Yeah, and I've been patching some holes.
That's good.
I'll tell you that.
That's good.
It's difficult though, because I still want to do, or am anxious and want to do what I need to do, as in what I need to do is patch the holes, but you know what I'm saying, like going and getting accomplished all the things I have to do throughout the day. And so it is still anxiety provoking, but I know that the tools you've given me will really help. Sometimes the guided imagery when I'm feeling anxious and I feel like, I've developed enough self-control that I can stop it. I say stop, you know what I mean? And then I start thinking about that calm, happy place, in the woods, and I do some deep breathing, and then I'm able to, the anxiety comes down a bit, and I'm able to control it, and then think a bit more clearly about what's most important, and it's definitely helped a lot. I can still see where this could be, a lifelong struggle. I hope it improves drastically to the point where I'm not anxious, I'm just stressed, occasionally like everybody else, but I don't know, what's your take on that? Is this something that, is gonna have to be dealing with and working through kind of the rest of my life, or is this something that, can be eliminated, or at least mostly? I mean, what do you think?
Well, it's a tough question to answer, because really and truthfully, I don't have the answer for you. Who's to say that, this is something that you're going to get rid of completely down the road? And who's to say that this isn't something that you will be having to address for the long haul? What's important is not to focus on the what ifs and the unknown, but focus on what you do know and what you've accomplished this far. What I'd like you to do, as we're thinking about the future, is to do something we call story and restory. So
what do you mean?
So up until the point you started to come see me, your life looked like one particular story. It had a certain flavor to it, if you will. It's a certain genre to it. And since you've come here, and since we've dealt with a few things together, and you've put all this work in, would you say it's fair to say that story has changed?
I see what you're saying. So my story coming in was that I was, in the undergraduate program in pre-med. I was going to go do medicine. Parents, very supportive in that direction. Now I'm changing my story as a result of working through these things to go my own direction in film production.
And on a deeper level, besides just the things on the surface that you've decided to do, if you were to take the Alex from that first story and describe him,
Mm-hmm.
and then compare that Alex to this new Alex, what differences would you see?
Oh man, like huge difference. You know, there's still issues, like I said, that had to be worked through, but whew, oh boy, you know, the anxiety used to be constant. I think it's been more on and off. So there are moments when I don't feel that at all, and when it does come on, I feel like I have the tools to at least minimize it as much as I can. I feel like I'm not restricted, like I don't have to do what other people want to do for me. You know, I can live my own life, and I need to be aware of who I am as a person. I think that's the biggest thing that has been a result of these sessions. Also, I feel like at the beginning I was dependent upon, you know, alcohol as an escape, but I've been doing a lot better lately. Instead of, you know, like like binging sometimes, you know, I'll just have just a, you know, a beer, you know what I mean, socially, you know, just to lighten up and loosen up, and so it's been a lot better, and yeah, I feel like everything's pretty much under control right now, you know, and yeah, it's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's good. It's good to hear. All of what you said, it's really, really good to hear, and I commend you for everything you've accomplished. And really, I hope that you can allow yourself to take credit for what you've done, because even though, yes, you've worked through this with me, through our sessions, really and truly, what I can do for anyone is ultimately extremely limited compared to what they can do for themselves. I hope that you leave knowing that everything you've accomplished, you can take full credit for it. I don't want you to think that, looking back, your success was dependent upon me as a person, because the only thing I've helped you do really is discover what's already been there. You know, just unearth more of you. So don't hesitate to take that into account and to really give yourself that credit, because you've earned it and you deserve it.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, I know there was some moments when I didn't feel like doing the exercises, when, you know, anxiety would come, and it would be a temptation to just go with it and run with it and get all, you know, just have a panic attack. But I was able to calm myself and self-discipline myself enough to use those tools that you've given me, and they do help. It's just a matter of self-discipline, you know. Yeah.
It's just a matter of taking your life in your own hands.
Yeah.
And not letting life dictate.
Yeah, exactly.
Your feelings and, you know, how you respond. It's about that choice you have to make on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I'd love to open it up to you and see if there's anything else that you'd like to bring up.
No, all I have to say is, you know, thank you for all the sessions that you've helped me out. You know, I know you're talking about giving, you know, it's me, and I understand that, but, you know, you did help me discover these things and work through these things, and so thank you for your help. Yeah, I appreciate it, and been a real help to me. So
it's been my pleasure. It's been wonderful to see you become this more whole person that you are. So I'm grateful for you allowing me to take this part of your journey with you and walk with you for this time. And if our paths ever meet again, then that's fine. We'll just enjoy that next journey together. So thank you as well for allowing me in. I know it's not easy to do that, so thank you.
I know if anything comes up, I know where I'm going. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely.
All right, well, I don't really see a need to extend the session any longer unless that's something you'd want to do, but if you feel that you're at a good place, then I'm ready to let you loose. Let you loose into your life.
Yeah, it's a scary place, but yeah, I'm good to go, I guess. Scary as it is to say. So, yeah.
All right, well, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's been great. So, like I said, anytime you need to come visit, just make an appointment, but I'm just kidding.
All right, cool. All right, so can I hug you?
Yes.
Okay. You did great, man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's head out.